Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're re-diving deep into the Pride Lands to talk about a film that defined a generation. Disney's The Lion King. For many of us, this wasn't just a movie. It was a core childhood memory. The soaring music, the breathtaking animation, the characters we loved, laughed with, and cried for. It's a story that has stayed with us for decades, and for good reason.
Beyond its stunning visuals, this 1994 classic is a storytelling powerhouse whose exploration of human nature feels remarkably contemporary.
Grab your spot on Pride Rock, because we're about to explore what makes The Lion King a timeless classic. Let's start with that iconic opening. Nensin Gunyama Bagiti, Baba the sun rises over the savannah, and animals from all corners of the kingdom gather to witness the presentation of a new prince.
The immediate impact of Circle of Life sets a majestic tone, instantly elevating the film to a standard of cinematic brilliance that few animated features have ever reached.
This isn't just a cartoon, it's an epic. The sequence is a masterclass in visual storytelling, introducing us to the world and its hierarchy without a single word of dialogue. We see the majesty of Mufasa, the wisdom of Rafiki, and the promise of a new generation in the tiny cub, Simba.
It's a powerful, goosebump-inducing moment that perfectly sets the stage for the Shakespearean drama that's about to unfold.
And what a story it is. At its heart, The Lion King is a classic coming-of-age tale, heavily inspired by Shakespeare's Hamlet. We have a young prince, Simba, destined for greatness, whose world is shattered by the betrayal of his uncle Scar.
Mufasa transcends the archetype of the noble monarch, revealing a grounded, tender humanity through his role as a father. Their relationship is the emotional core of the film's first act. We see Mufasa teaching Simba about the delicate balance of the circle of life, the responsibilities of a king, and the stars in the night sky. The scene where Mufasa explains that the great kings of the past look down from the stars is incredibly touching.
It establishes a legacy and a spiritual connection that becomes crucial later in the story. It's this deep bond that makes Mufasa's death one of the most traumatic and memorable moments in cinema history.
Then let's talk about Scar. No doubt he is one of the best bad guys Disney has ever created.
Voiced with chilling theatrical perfection by Jeremy Irons. Scar isn't a monster driven by pure rage. He's intelligent, sarcastic, and tragically insecure. His line, "When it comes to brains, I got the lion's share. But when it comes to brute strength, I'm afraid I'm at the shallow end of the gene pool," tells you everything you need to know. His jealousy of Mufasa and his hunger for power are what drive him to commit the ultimate betrayal.
The stampede scene is a triumph of animation and emotional devastation.
The way Scar manipulates Simba, whispering "run away, Simba," and "never return," is pure evil.
He preys on a child's guilt and grief, cementing his place as a truly despicable villain you just love to hate.
Following this tragedy, Simba flees into exile, and the film's tone shifts dramatically. This is where we meet two of the most beloved sidekicks in Disney history, Timon and Pumbaa. They introduce Simba and the audience to a new philosophy, Hakuna Matata. It means no worries, This motto is the complete opposite of everything Mufasa taught him. It's a philosophy of escapism, of forgetting the past and living for the moment. And for a traumatized cub, it's exactly what he thinks he needs. The Hakuna Matata sequence, showing Simba growing from a cub to an adult, is brilliant. It shows the passage of time while reinforcing this carefree ideology that will ultimately become an obstacle he must overcome.
Timon and Pumbaa provide essential comic relief, but they also represent a crucial stage in Simba's journey: denial.
While Simba lives a worry-free life in the jungle, the Pride Lands suffer under Scar's tyrannical rule. The once lush savanna becomes a barren wasteland, a visual representation of what happens when the circle of life is broken. Scar, with his hyena army, rules through fear and consumption, not balance. This contrast is vital. It shows that Hakuna Matata is not a sustainable philosophy for a society or for a king. A ruler cannot simply live without worries or responsibilities. The film makes it clear that true leadership requires facing problems, not running from them.
The catalyst for change arrives in the form of Nala, Simba's childhood friend.
Her appearance forces Simba to confront the past he tried so hard to forget. Their reunion, set to the melody of "Can You Feel the Love Tonight," is beautiful, but it's also filled with tension. Nala represents responsibility. She tells him what has become of his home and pleads with him to return and take his rightful place as king. But Simba is still bound by his guilt and his adopted philosophy. He refuses, believing he can't change the past. This is where Rafiki steps in. The wise and eccentric mandrill plays the role of a spiritual guide. He finds Simba and leads him on a journey of self-discovery. The scene where Rafiki shows Simba his own reflection in the water is one of the most powerful moments in the film. When Simba says, "That's not my father, that's just my reflection," Rafiki delivers the profound line, "No, look harder. You see, he lives in you." And then the clouds part, and the spirit of Mufasa appears, his voice booming from the heavens. Remember who you are. This is the turning point. It's not just a ghost. It's Simba's own conscience, his legacy, and his destiny calling to him. He finally understands that he can't run from his past. He must learn from it. With newfound purpose, Simba returns to the Pride Lands for the final confrontation. The climax is epic. Rain, fire, and a battle for the soul of the kingdom. It's a fight not just against Scar, but against his own past demons. The moment Simba corners Scar and Scar tries to blame the hyenas is a perfect reflection of his cowardly nature. But the most satisfying moment is when Simba uses Scar's own manipulative trick against him, whispering, "Run, run away, and never return." It brings the story full circle. In the end, it's Scar's own lies and betrayal that lead to his downfall, as the hyenas he once commanded turn on him. With Scar defeated, the rain comes to wash away the corruption, symbolizing a cleansing and a new beginning. Simba takes his rightful place on Pride Rock, lets out a mighty roar, and the kingdom is restored. The circle of life begins anew, culminating in the presentation of Simba and Nala's own cub. The cycle is complete. The film ends exactly as it began, reinforcing its central theme. We are all connected in the great circle of life, a cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Beyond the story, the music and animation are legendary. Hans Zimmer's score is majestic and powerful, perfectly capturing the epic scale of the African savanna. And the songs by Elton John and Tim Rice are iconic. From the joyful I Just Cur, Can't Wait to Be King to the villainous anthem, Be Prepared. Each song serves a purpose, advancing the plot and developing the characters. The animation was groundbreaking for its time, blending traditional hand-drawn characters with pioneering computer-generated effects, like in the Wildebeest Stampede. The result is a visually stunning world that feels both fantastical and incredibly real. So, why does The Lion King endure? Because it operates on so many levels. For a child, it's a thrilling adventure with funny characters and great songs. For an adult, it's a deep and moving story about responsibility, grief, redemption, and finding your place in the world. It teaches us that we can't run from our past, but we can learn from it. It reminds us that true courage isn't the absence of fear, but facing it. The Lion King is more than just one of the greatest animated films ever made. It's a timeless fable that continues to resonate with audiences of all ages across the globe. It truly is the king of animated classics. What are your favorite memories of The Lion King? Which character or song means the most to you? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this look back at a Disney classic, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. See you next time.